What is good, Straw Hat Crew, and welcome back to another video. You already know, it's a banger. Without any further ado, let's jump straight into it. Alrighty, and for today we have the sports betting epidemic. I'm not sure if this is going to be talking about actual sports betting like DraftKings, all this, or if we're going to talk about how a whole bunch of people in the NBA are getting caught for betting on their games. Either way, it's both a topic that needs to be discussed. So let's get into it.
We are here in New York to announce a historic arrest across a wide-sweeping criminal enterprise that envelops both the NBA and La Casa Nostra. But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today.
Wow.
Former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much...
Fuck! Oh my goodness. 11 years? I think that's what he said. Fuck, bro. They got a fat-ass RICO on y'all boys. I already know it. The government don't do this unless they got that big body RICO for you. Fuck.
ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families.
This arrest is honestly not surprising to me because there has been a gambling problem with the US for a long time. And since sports betting came on the rise, it's created the newest mental health crisis in young men. Look, I know you've seen it everywhere. Whether you cut on your favorite podcast, whether you watch your favorite TV show, or hell, even if you're just taking a walk down the street, you've seen some sort of advertisement for a Prize Picks, FanDuel, or whatever daily fantasy sports betting platform.
And here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say about the sports betting, y'all. Here's what I'll say. Me personally, I do be on DraftKings. But listen. Here's the method. I only ever put money into DraftKings when I first got DraftKings, and it was like a 20 ball. I put a 20 ball in the DraftKings, and I've been playing on it for months now. Whatever I win stays in that DraftKings, and then I just do it again till I see 100, and then I pull out 100, and then I put 20 back into it. But I don't really do like, and if it ever goes to zero, and I have to put more money back into it, I'll just never play it again. I just never play it again. I just never will bet again, because that shit is a slippery slope. I'm not trying to fall into.
There is. Gambling has become a part of our day-to-day lives. It's becoming so normalized that you can now bet on anything. Hell, I remember when the WNBA situation was going on where they were throwing toys on the court and people were betting on what color the next toy would be. So whether it's the color of the suit that the president wears at the next press conference, or hell, what shoes John Mayer's gonna wear to his next...
No, what's that shit called? Kalashi? No, they got this shit called Kalashi. You can bet on the fucking, if the weather in fucking New York's gonna be over 67 degrees today. No, we're fucked. He's not lying. This betting shit in America is fucking insane. Insane.
Performance. There's a platform in which you can place money down on whatever you want to, and that's a dangerous reality. Now, that's just because a lot of these things are tied to sports betting and it's so easy, the athletes are gonna get involved. But this specific thing that happened, this arrest this morning, cracks open a whirlpool of nasty behaviors that I think will continue on if we don't address it. One current player, Terry Rozier, and two coaches and former players, Damon Jones and Chauncey Billups, were arrested in this FBI investigation. Now, this investigation did include some poker games that were illegal, where, you know, they were using high-tech equipment to do some sort of cheating, but that's not really what I want to focus on in this video. The main thing was this big illegal sports gambling / rigging fiasco that spanned over across 11 states and had 30 individuals arrested. The first indictment involved 6 defendants accused of participating in a sports corruption scheme that exploited insider information involving NBA players and teams. The defendants leveraged their connections to place...
So let me just get this straight. So basically, the NBA is rigged. All right. So we've been rigging the NBA for the past 11 years. I mean, I don't think all the games have been rigged, but I mean, what it's saying is some games were rigged, chap. So y'all could have lost some money on some rigged games.
Prop bets
Y'all
based
could've.
on confidential insider information, winning tens of thousands of dollars per prop bet. The FBI says that NBA player Terry Rozier told the defendants that he was going to leave a game early on March 23rd, 2023 with an injury. The defendants then placed more than $200,000 of wagers on the unders for his prop bets, with Rozier leaving the game after 9 minutes. Those bets paid out tens of thousands of dollars in profits, and the defendants and Rozier's counted the money that they made at his house.
Terry, why the fuck would you... Why would you take the fucking money? You just did something incredibly illegal. You just fixed the game, pretty much. And you're going to take the money of the game you just fixed and bring it back to your house to count. I mean, you might deserve to get caught, my nigga.
How dumb can you be? I think that's just the stupidest thing in the world.
No,
At some point, it's not even about them.
That's what I was saying. Like, you might deserve to get caught, my nigga. Because what the fuck are you doing? Everyone knows. Everyone knows if you're gonna do that, you go to a location that's like a laundromat or a fucking or you know, just something inconspicuous. Nigga went back to his crib. Matter of fact, don't even ask me, as Terry Rozier, don't even ask me to come and count the money with y'all. I want to have my money in the bag that I get from the deal, put it in the laundromat. I'm gonna come get it later. Like, don't even ask me to come count that weak ass shit. Just make sure I have my money, or I'm about to start snitching.
Money anymore. Terry Rozier is a player who's made tens of millions of dollars in his career, so there's no need for him to really be risking an entire basketball career, because there is life after basketball for a couple of $100. Like, I don't know, even if it got into the hundreds of thousands of dollars, it just doesn't seem like it's worth it in the grand scheme of things. But the story gets even worse, because even if you aren't directly involved in these situations, you may be susceptible to have your name involved in these sports rigging operations. Former teammate and current coach and friend of LeBron James, Damon Jones, is involved in this because he used the insider information that he had about LeBron James specifically and what he will be doing on and off the court, how injured he was, etc., to give insider information to others as they made sports bets. So I know you'll probably see some headlines about My Glorious King, you know, having some sort of involvement in this. But literally, from everything that I've gathered, all he did was tell a friend, hey, I'm feeling a little banged up this week, man, I'm gonna have to rest up. And that friend exploited those details and gave them to some crime guys. The fact that these players are taking advantage of the integrity of the game is disgusting, but honestly, it's expected. The fact that sports betting, gambling, fantasy sports, or whatever we're talking about has been so normalized in society is something that has flown undercover for a long time, but it's something that needs to be inspected. Ben Norton writes, people in the USA wasted $245 billion on sports gambling from when it was...
Damn it. 245 billion. Damn it, boy. That's over 700 per person. You're a guy. Hey, I don't know what the fuck they talking about. I mean, I guess if they get it to every person, but nah, niggas was spending like 10,000s. So you gotta account for them niggas.
Legalized in 2018 until 2023. Almost everyone lost. That's over $700 per person. An entire generation is getting addicted to gambling, while a small handful of oligarchs get even richer.
I'm convinced that sports betting is running through the straight male community worse than crack did black people in the 80s. It is bad out here. I had no idea that the online gambling, the FanDuel, the DraftKings was running y'all's pockets that way. A quarter of men...
It ain't running my pockets. It's not. And y'all gotta make sure it ain't running yours. Put some money in the account. Put some money in your... Because I understand it. Trust me, I get it. I know y'all want to gamble. Trust, I understand. Put you a 20 ball in your account. Play with it. Play. You know what I'm saying? Put a $5 bet in. Put a $2 bet in. Put, you know what I'm saying? Put a $3 three leg in. You know what I'm saying? Just put some shit in. It hits. Smooth. You have another 20 to play with. It don't hit, you're done. You cut it off right there. Because if you fucking add more money to your shit, after you already lost the money you just add, you are going to be caught in the trap, my nigga. I'm trying to tell y'all. Don't do it. Play with what you have on here. And maybe a year later, you get like some free money and you want to put in there. Cool. But just remember, when you lose that money, don't just keep putting money back in, putting money back in, putting money back in, or you're gonna be fucked. I'm trying to tell y'all boys, for real. Like, it's gonna be bad for you. It's a trap.
Under the age of 30, engage in sports gambling. Parlays, the dumbest bet I've ever heard in my life. A parlay, you need multiple things to be true to win your bet. What? Are y'all all suckers?
First off, if you know what you're doing, parlays are actually quite easy. Especially as long as you don't go over anything over a 2 to 3 leg. They're actually not that hard to hit. So let's get that out the way right now. But I understand what she's saying whenever niggas be hitting the 6 leg, 7 leg, 8 leg parlays.
Sports betting is one of the worst things that's ever happened to this country. 90% of people that do sports betting, by the end of the year, they're not profitable. The illusion of money coming in makes them continuously do it, even though they're not really making money.
I would pay copious amounts of money to watch sports and not have sports betting shoved down my throat every 30 seconds. People aren't watching sports anymore because they want to watch sports. They're watching them because they have $100 on this fucking parlay, and they're gonna get insanely pissed off at this man or woman because they fucked up their parlay. Nobody cares about your fucking parlay.
Back in 2018, the Supreme Court ruled that sports betting was legal, and now states could allow these different entities to come in and set up sports betting operations, whether it be via mobile or in person. Now, because this is a big money maker and another avenue for states to get more tax revenue, it flooded the streets. Everybody and their mama started allowing sports gambling that didn't allow it before. And that's when you started to see all these different ads pop up everywhere, left, right, and sideways, on the street corners, every app that you went to. It just got really, really bad. And I think it got even worse when they started to partner with these leagues that once went away from this thing, but now we're being embraced.
Yeah, that's what it was. Whenever the leagues started being like, ooh, wait a minute, sports betting. Yo, DraftKings, come talk to the NBA real quick. We got a proposition for you. We got a proposition for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? And then they, you know what I'm saying, they're using influencers to, like, their ads or have influencers in them for the younger generation. They really cooking. They're cooking, y'all. She might be right about it being worse than the fucking crack, because they really is cooking, niggas. They frying niggas up.
By the league and the players involved as well.
Then, by leveraging this cover and their now massive user base, they were able to partner directly with major sports leagues. DraftKings with MLB in 2013, FanDuel with the NBA in 2014, and several NFL teams with FanDuel in 2015, fully cementing these brands' place in the industry, as the leagues themselves now had enough stake to root for their success.
Think about if you could get all your homies rich by telling them, yo, bet $10,000 on my under, this one game I'm gonna act like I got an injury, I'm gonna come out after 3 minutes, and they all get a little bag because you did it one game. Like, that is so not okay. But some people probably think like that. They come from nothing, and 100%. All their homies have nothing. 100%. But the whole sports gambling like entity, bro, it's bad, and it's only gonna get worse, bro. Like, we really do get death threats.
That is so crazy seeing that come from the specific.
I believe it, bro. I believe it. Niggas really do be taking their parlays a little too serious. That's why you should never be putting no fucking crazy amounts. Like I said, y'all, 5, 3, 2s. 5 3s and 2s. $5, $3, $2. I'm not trying to hit big. I'm just trying to get a meal. You feel me? Put $5 in on a three-pick parlay. I got myself a meal if it hits. Free meal off of that, just if it hits. If not, I lost $5. Whoop-de-fucking-do. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro.
Specific player that's come from, just because his brother Jontay Porter Jr. also got kicked out of the league for doing the exact same thing about a year ago, and he's now acknowledging that Michael Porter Jr. can see that some other players will be doing the same things. This is just, we're in bad times. And the thing about all this sports gambling stuff is that it affects a subsection of people that honestly have a lot of stuff going on with them from a mental health perspective right now, and gets talked about what I feel like is probably the least, and that's young men.
I mean, I think we're at a point of what I would call a public health crisis, where young men in particular are losing more money than they can afford, and states are basically not even getting that much money for it. And the consequences are being felt, again, by primarily young men who are, again, either losing more money than they can afford, or in worst cases, developing full-blown gambling addictions and thoughts of
This isn't some situation where it affects a small percentage of men. Apparently there's something like 48% of men under the age of like 35 or 40 or something like that have some sort of sports betting application on their phone. That's nearly half of the men. And I don't think that people are really talking about the financial stresses that also lead to the mental stresses that lead to the real life stresses when it comes to losing a lot of money, when it comes to this sports betting thing. It's actually crippling the youth in society, the ones that are already not having all these outlets to do things, this loneliness epidemic, they're not having sex, they're not dating, all these other things like that. They're now having to deal with all of the sports betting that's going on in today's day and age.
The statistics in states where it's legal are grim. Bankruptcies have increased almost 30% in states that have legalized online betting. And the people who are most at risk for bankruptcy are young men living in low-income areas. One study showed that for every $1 households spent on gambling, they put $2 less into
That's
investment
insane.
accounts. And of course, men are
Fuck, 30% of niggas is bankrupt? Lord have mercy. 30% increase in bankruptcy for niggas. Yeah, it don't look good, y'all. He right, it doesn't look good. And it's only been going strong for what? 8 years? 7 years? What's it gonna look like in 15?
are going to make women pay for their mistakes because intimate partner violence has increased by 10% in areas where
that's
they've legalized
insane.
online gambling.
As I was researching this video, I saw a bunch of comments that were saying it would be very, very easy to not get involved in all this sports gambling if it wasn't so day to day in our normal everyday lives. And I can totally agree. In all the places and spaces that I exist as a young 30-year-old man, 29, my bad. As a young 29-year-old man, I can see ads for gambling put literally everywhere. It doesn't matter if
my fucking Spotify, my YouTube, shit. You walk outside and you'll see billboards with the motherfucking shits on them, bro. It's like, bro, it's over with. It's just everywhere.
it's my favorite podcaster, favorite YouTuber, favorite streamer. It doesn't matter even if I'm watching an actual NBA game, which is nasty because of the connection that they have and the conflict of interest that they potentially create with these sorts of things. Literally, there are feeds now that have the prop bets to the side. I've even been to places in malls where they literally have full-on movie theater-esque rooms where men can just come sit in dark places, which I really find interesting, and just gamble all day. Not with like dice or anything, but with your phone, FanDuel connections and everything like that.
Do you see, this is a whole room dedicated to gambling. Yo, the addicts, this is crazy.
Yeah, they just let you see what's on DraftKings, then you make your little leg.
They let you see you lose money, that's what they let you see.
I went to a casino in Connecticut and they had like a whole big ass screen just for DraftKings.
What's being missed in all of this is that,
Jesus. They got rooms for crippling gamblers now? Yeah, it's over with, Chad. Might as well go ahead and wrap it up. I'm not gonna lie. They got rooms for the crippling gambling addicts.
Sure, there are multimillionaires who are getting caught up in these gambling schemes, but it's the common man, the everyday man who already has, you know, prices of eggs increasing, jobs not hiring, people telling him every single day that college isn't the best route to go, every streamer, every rapper, every content creator telling him that this is the route to go, you got to get quick money, women talking about, you know, you have to make X amount of dollars. They are the ones who are at the greatest risk of being damaged by this sports betting thing. People forget sports addiction is real and it can be very crippling to your life.
Yeah, hi guys, my name's Harry. I'm a gambling addict in recovery. I'm 25 years old. I've been an addict since I was 18. I started out when I was 17 going to the pub, as Rebecca said, after starting my apprenticeship, going to the pub and just with the older boys and playing pokies, only small bets. Then the day I turned 18, I downloaded my first online bookmaker and I was offered a deposit match on the first one I got. Within a month or so, I was hooked. I was losing everything I was earning. I've lost over $400,000 in the last 7 years.
$400,000. This nigga lost a car and a house.
Due to my addiction, and I've probably been offered, I don't know, over $100,000 in deposit matches and bonus bets. I've withdrawn $10,000 of my super when the super thing came out because I didn't think I'd have a future. I had a $17,000 $17,000 loan for a ute that I had, which I sold, and I spent a lot on the horses in one day.
This is nuts.
I've owed money on that loan for the last 5 years, constantly going on to default, not paying it back, spending all the money on the punt, spending every single cent I've earned on the punt. I've borrowed money, stolen money, not paid money back. I've been to rehab for my gambling. I spent the whole of the 2021 Christmas holidays in a rehab in Sydney. Yeah, I'm only just starting to get good now, so I'd like the ads for gambling to be taken away off TV, because I can't watch the football on free to air anymore without getting the urge to gamble. I feel like innocent young men are getting attacked, getting roped in to try and get them on to gamble, and I don't think that there's enough regulations and help out there for people that may be struggling.
To be honest with you, bro, I don't think they want to help out people that are struggling with it. I think this is what they want. They want niggas to be gambling addicts. They want you to spend all your chicken. They want you to keep letting them get richer and richer and richer and richer and richer. To be honest. But, you know.
This is one of those situations where
I'm glad he got somewhat right, though. He looks like he's getting better, and he looks like he's, you know what I'm saying, the addiction ain't hitting him as hard.
Somebody needs to intervene before it just gets totally out of control. I get that people should have free will, but we also know that certain climates for certain things create specific disasters. And with the way that the economy is going, with the way that job prospects are going, with the way that the social climate is going, this is not a time to be introducing something as addicting as gambling, sports betting, or whatever the case may be, to the common people. Hell,
Right. Nah, you're right, Amizi. You're right, bro. The common people can't afford it. Like, gambling was really made for people that can afford to throw away $100 like it's nothing, or can afford to throw away $5. You know, like, I can't afford to throw away $100, but I can afford to just see my $5 disappear. I can afford that. That's not that big of a deal. Now, if my whole 20 disappeared, then I'm like, oh fuck no. Now I'm pissed because I can't afford that. You feel me? What was I say? Oh yeah. With that being said though, y'all, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Stay the fuck away from the gambling unless you have self-control. Like I said, the best method is to put 20 in. You play with it, you play with it, you play with it, you play with it, and either you go up or you lose it all. And once you lose that 20, once you lose that fucking 20, do not put anything else in that fucking account. Leave it alone. Leave it a fucking alone, bro. Please leave it alone. Please leave it alone. But I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.
She call me Luda, bitch, I roll out with my shooters. She wanna fuck me in a Plymouth Barracuda. I got my gun on, yeah, she know I'm